Howdy y'all, welcome back. Today we're back to play MAMIYA, A Shared Illusion of the World's End. Unfortunately, this will also have to be a shorter stream today because I have a lecture and I thought it was going to be this morning like in its usual class time, but I found out that I have a lecture at 7 p.m. which is 2 hours from now. So the stream will only be about 2 hours, unfortunately. So hopefully I don't have to cut off at a awkward spot. But yeah, hi to Gabriella. How are you today? Welcome in. Yeah, you heard everything I said already, so yeah. So let's not waste some time and continue from where we left off. I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay. 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 Sleep. Sleep. You're a good boy. Sleep tight. Okay, that's Samajima talking. All he could hear within his faded consciousness was Samajima's awkward lullaby. Suo's a way better boy than someone like me, Ryo thought. Kato had a bright future ahead of him. Ryo wondered if he deserved to survive at his expense. He wondered if everyone's life was of equal value. Next time he awoke, he found himself in his home. He'd been kept under house arrest by Samajima Satoru for the past 2 days. As a result, he felt like it had been quite a while since he last came here. The TV was destroyed and the tableware was scattered all over the place. A damp scent was still permeating the air. It was definitely his home, a dreary place indeed. Midori! This dusted box was the one place he belonged in. I want to see her. The oath he'd sworn long ago escaped his dry throat. Oh, okay. Ryo, you're a big brother. I am? Within his mother's arms. Oh, okay, I didn't read that right. Ryo, you're a big brother. I am? Within his mother's arms, he saw a monkey-like face of a newborn girl. Cute. It was the birth of his salvation. When he gently touched her soft hair, she took his finger in her tiny hands. He wanted to protect her. He wanted to do anything for her. He didn't wish for anything but her happiness. Midori, where are you? The roar that echoed throughout the empty home was almost beastly. Midori, without you, I'm... Okay, I'm assuming this is Arisangawa? Kikuchi Midori is at my place. Hearing that voice made him raise his face and scowl. Oh, Samu. Ryo, I came here for you. Midori's there. You'll get food, too. So let's go back to your new home. Arisangawa Osamu extended his hand, but Ryo pushed it away. No! You're the one who... I'll be the adult and protect you. But Suo, he... I don't know how I feel about this CG. Aesthetically, it's beautiful as always. I love the evening light and the way that the windows and stuff like that reflect on them. But I don't like Arisangawa holding on to Kikuchi Suo like that, as if he's a source of comfort. died because of me? Yeah, I killed him. I think I was warmth, embraced Kikuchirio. His body, full of strong vitality, felt awfully hot. I killed him with these same hands that protected you. Stop it! His large bony fingers slid over Kikuchiro's wrist. Hold my hand, Dro. No! Stop! He wanted to resist, but his overflowing emotion shook him so much he couldn't gather any of his strength. Do you want to get away from me? The callus on his finger, likely made by writing, touched Ryo's wrist. Do you want to take Midori and leave me? The intense pressure of his fingers went between Ryo's bones. You're really gonna do that? As children without money or a home? Osama ran his fingers along Ryo's palm as if reading it. You wanted a father, didn't you? But you killed Suo, and I think Osama placed Kikuchiryo's hand in his own. It looked as though he was rubbing invisible blood into his palm. Forgive my sin, Ryo. Ryo's back was cold from sweat. Don't forget that you yourself are only alive because Suo's sacrifice. The cartilage in Ryo's ears was shaken from Osama's voice. Oh, also, the desktop audio is not on, so let me turn that on. Okay, the cartilage in Ryo's ears was shaken from Osama's voice. It was enough to drive him insane. Stop! Please! His rough, adult voice dead reached his chilled stomach. Let's be a family, Ryo. Can we not? Can we not be a family, please? His hands were closed on Osama's. They sweat, bound them together, making it impossible to get away. With gentle warmth, he whispered those decisive words into his ear. We're partners in crime.
Hey, Osamu!
It's Uncle.
Osamu!
Yeah, what is it?
The camera isn't showing anything.
Let's see. You forgot to remove the cover.
Huh? Ah! It's not dark anymore.
You having fun with that?
Yeah! I want to take more shots.
That's so. Let's go to the park then. You're coming too, right, Ryo? Yeah. Their life in the new home was safer than the one they had before. Okay. No one got mad at Ryo. No one got mad if Ryo wasn't walking silently, and he could stay calm without keeping the door slightly open. They had a place where the three of them could sit around the same table and enjoy the same food.
Ah! I got the answer.
Wait, hold it. Don't say it. I'm still thinking.
You don't know? Matches are...
I told you not to say it. Kikuchi Midori was very attached to Arisunao Osamu. He had given her a camera, and she was very into photography. Taught to her by Osamu himself.
I actually wanted to make it brighter. Make it a bit brighter.
She is so cute. You just gotta adjust the exposure. Here, hold this button and turn the lens. It had been a long time since Ryo had seen Midori having this much fun. For someone so rough, Arisunao Osamu was very good at dealing with children. He understood Midori and managed to bring out the best in her.
It's bright now.
See? I should help you take better photos. All Samu did was show her the door. That was how it had been with Dio as well. He trusted children as individuals and let them freely walk through it. Watching them and seeing himself in their interactions, Dio squinted his eyes. Looking back, the reason he got into books and looked for ways to put his feelings into words was so that he could better identify his surfacing urges, thus making him at least slightly weaker. No matter what awful things he may have done, Arisungawa Osamu had always been an ally to Churin. Osamu. What's up, bro? Can't sleep? I don't sleep this early. Plus, I had a night shift. Huh? Doing what? Road maintenance? Yeah. They praise me for having good eyes. Did you want something? Yeah. Sit down then. Tell me what's been going on in your life. Dio hesitantly began opening up. He mentioned how he couldn't fit in at school, talked about the seaside park he often went to with Midori, as well as the sneakers he wanted. He still wasn't good at expressing himself, but Arisungawa was an attentive listener who understood him regardless. Dio wondered if that deep, abundant silence was an adult's expression of love. It was peace, akin to sitting on a boat drifting along a still lake. And that just made Dio even more confused. Arisungawa Osamu was the very same person who locked him and Suo Keito up and put Keito through all that violence. It baffled him that he could still remain such a peaceful adult. Was this attachment an expression of aspiration or obligation? Was this cold sweat an expression of fear or love? And Dio's mental dictionary was ill-equipped to properly describe how he felt. The chain on these dog tags is a bit short, isn't it? It's the one you gave me. I never took it off, even after what happened. I knew that if I took it off, it would be as if that day never happened. Actually, I don't really know why. I tried to make myself duller so I wouldn't remember it and get hurt. That's so. He got up from the sofa and went to pick up a book before coming back. There's a book I wrote while thinking of you. It's a children's book with a cover showing a cheetah dashing across the waves. The cheetah is a great creature and the fastest in the savannah. It got strong, beautiful muscles. When I saw you, that's the kind of scenery that came to mind. However, this isn't the savannah, but modern Japan. You're stuck in a small box where you can't use your legs to get You're stuck in a small box where you can't use your legs to their fullest and are reduced to sneaking around. The familiarity of the expression made Dio dig his nails into the back of his hand. I don't know what this was about, but I guess I just wanted to free you from that invisible box surrounding you. An invisible box? Yeah, like a glass cage at the zoo. I wanted to see you break stuff like that, leap over it, and run as fast as you could. That's why I wrote a book about it, and I still want to see it. I want to see you discard your envy of ordinary people. It's a feeling much like the attraction I felt toward the original you before I did anything to make you MAMIYA. Osamu suddenly took Kikuchiryo's hands. He then bent forward and brought his hands closer to his forehead. Hold on, let me turn my notifications off. Okay. Okay. Our perfect MAMIYA. Osa. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's okay though. You can forget all about MAMIYA. A rabbit-like hat was swaying behind the man. You were plenty charming without anyone doing anything to turn you into a perfect MAMIYA. You don't have to stand out. All that really matters is that you lead a reasonably happy life. A reasonably happy life. Feeling that something was off, he returned to his room and got on the floor. It's because I want the unusual. I don't know if I'm supposed to read that in Sua's voice. I don't know, it seems like some Sua would say. I don't know, I'll just read it in regularly. Be like a cheetah and run free through the wasteland. You are noble. Okay, no, Sua, right? This is supposed to be Sua. It's because I want the unusual. Be like a cheetah and run free through the wasteland. You are a noble person. What do they all want from me? I wasn't an admirable enough person to answer anyone's expectations. Kikuchiryo, you are the focus of so many people's expectations. If there was anything I could suggest you do before they break Breaksha is... Oh gosh, choice. Reading the letter, meeting your friends. Oof. I don't know. Goodness gracious, this is hard. This is actually harder than any of the other choices I had so far. I honestly don't know. Let me see. I don't know. You ought to focus on some people's expectations. If there was anything I could suggest to you, could suggest you do before they wait Breaksha is reading the letter, meeting your friends. Okay. He only has 2 friends, to be honest. He has Tojo Minato and Suo Keito. But I don't know if that's a good idea necessarily, because Tojo Minato wouldn't have an idea of, what's going on with his situation, and Kikuchiro might not. I mean, how could he just tell him that I killed someone, You can't say that. So I don't know if hanging out with Tojo would be a good idea. Now, if he hung out with Suo Keito, he might not be able to face him. Given that he remember what he's done. Maybe reading the letter might be better. Oh, that rhymed. Letter, better. Reading the letter might be better. Which letter is he talking about, though? He's talking about the letter that Suo Keito gave him recently when they went to the music park. He was reading. I don't know if he finished it, though. Did he not finish it? He did catch him reading it, and he told him, hey, wait till you get home. I think. I don't know if he finished reading that letter, so I don't know which letter they're talking about. I'll say read the letter for now. Hopefully this. I don't know. Okay. If it starts to look a little suspicious, I might go back. Ugh, that's hard. Okay. He must have the letter he got from Suo Keito at the music park. I want him not to be crushed by his life when I sing. I want him not to be crushed by his life when I sing out Osamu, and to remember Suo Keito. That should cheer him up. What's that? I don't know. Would remembering Suo Keito cheer him up? I don't think he should forget him, but I don't know if that's what he needs right now. Ooh, I don't know. Let's go. So I'm talking to his MAMIYA right now. Okay. And you want me to suggest that? I'm sure you don't like seeing him down either, so help me out with this. Well, I don't mind. I just gotta make him read the letter, right? MAMIYA agreed more readily than I had expected. Was that a bad side? And approached Kikuchiryo. Hey, Ro, you seem pretty down. Wait, huh? MAMIYA? Okay. So, I didn't even have to suggest it. You're reading the letter yourself. I'm not. I can't. Why? I'm scared. Huh? If I take the letter, I'll have to respond, right? I'm cold. It's okay. I don't think I can give him the correct response. Oh no. Why did I survive? If I had died instead of him, this wouldn't have. I'll stop you right there. Even though MAMIYA stopped him from continuing that thought, Kikuchiryo merely smiled in self-derision. It's like a tag placed at the very front of my brain. I know I gotta do it, but I postpone it, and instead just look at it every day, which makes my heart ache even more. I mean, there's no way I can reply to him. I have no words to give him. Maybe Osama can do it. He's an author. Me, on the other hand, I lack the education to come up with elaborate expressions. Kikuchiryo. I fell silent and took a step back so I could better hear his regretful words. I hate letters. I'll write letters. Lots and lots of letters. Where could we go? A warm place will be nice. A tropical island with palm trees. There are many fun things waiting for us. There's so much the world wants to tell to both you and me. No. No! I'll write letters. Lots of them. Screw letters. Ugh! So you won't be lonely, even when you go back home. I hate letters. Ah! I don't know. This had the opposite effect. Is that... Okay, obviously, it clearly is not helping him out so far. But, what if this is a part of the growing pains? You know? What if he needs to be uncomfortable with this, and maybe it will, in the end, it'll all work out. I don't know. What's he doing at the convenience store? I don't know. I'm not exactly confident that that was the wrong answer. So I'm gonna keep on with this. The hell are you doing? You just put something in your bag, didn't you? Let me go. They still haven't noticed. Put it back and let's get out of here. Why are you always so slow? Shut up. Hey. What did Arisunga would tell Suo, actually? Now that I think about it, we left. We parted ways at the music park. We went with Samajima. We fell asleep. He took us home. I just think I went with him. Never heard what happened after that. So I want to know, what did he tell him? Hey, Suo! Suo! What do you want? This has nothing to do with you. I don't want to be friends with a shoplifter. Did something happen? I don't like this. I don't like it. Why is Suo so upset? We haven't seen each other since the visit to the amusement park. How have you been? Shut up. So? Oh yeah. Ryo, teach me how to fight. Were you told to shoplift by some bad guys? Not at all. I did it because I wanted to. Listen, you don't need to be able to fight. You have bigger strengths than that. Huh? You've got the kindness that comes from your imagination, right? What? Kindness? Imagination? I don't need any of that. Why are you acting like you're older than me? You're not being straightforward. If you want to say something, how about you just do it? There's no way you can understand how I feel. I mean, you're the protagonist. Uh-oh, his illusions again. What are you talking about? The voice of the large child echoed throughout the town. The red empty sun was stretching out the shadows. Listen, I have absolutely nothing. I'm gonna die without becoming anyone or having achieved anything. Be honest with me. Oh. Oh my gosh. So no! How can we think that? You are a lovely human being. You think that I'm childish and embarrassing, don't you? Huh? You think I'm plain and not special in any way, and that I'm running away from reality and clinging to a fantasy. Of course I don't think that. The distorted voice was clouded by a black wave of sadness. None of what you do is embarrassing. Even Kikuchiro's honest words were met by Even Suoketo's honest words were met by a ridiculing gaze from Suoketo. Oh, I see. That's because you've always had the things I desperately wanted. This miserable feeling isn't something you can understand. No wanted to stop the words coming from No wanted to stop the words coming out of the other's mouth, but his legs and mouth were frozen. I wanted to become someone's dream. If I had to die, I wanted to die while being a person someone else looks up to. Huh? So I just think I did tell him he was gonna die. But I guess he didn't tell him how he was gonna die. Here's the thing. I'm gonna die in 2003. You'll remember the memory I seen on the Ferris wheel. I'm gonna become someone's target for a stupid reason and die because of it. So, you would probably be able to brush his face aside. You're like the protagonist of a manga, so you just beat it all with a punch. Oh. But I'm the one who killed you. It's because of me that you. Okay, does he know actually? He might know. I don't know. He's just not reacted really to it. No, you don't have to let it get to you. I have to live in reality, don't I? just like you. And if we don't put our feet in this world for the sake of protecting someone weak, we'll have no future. Kikuchiryo looked up at Suoketo and saw him crying in the evening sun. Why can't both be important? Can't my two hands reach for both things? I don't care if it tears me apart. So please, forgive me for being so embarrassing and pathetic. It felt as though this large, beautiful beast would vanish somewhere. I'm sorry for bothering with these strange things, even in the end. Ryo felt like he was the only one who could stop him. Thanks for giving me the unusual, Ryo. Have a good life. Suo! But alas, his extended arm failed to reach his destination. Was this a bad ending? Okay, no, it's still going on. Okay. Surrounded by darkness and the pouring rain, a single silhouette was running. It was so he could stop Suoketo as he vanished into the past. Suo! Where are you, Suo? He wanted to wipe away the worry that they would never meet again. Just like he repeatedly wiped the water trickling down his jaw. I can't meet him? Is that because it's 2012 now? Is it because I killed him? No, Kikuchiryo. It's because I ran away on that winter day in 2003. It's not your fault. He looked wherever his eyes could see. Please don't disappear. I still... Yet the one he wanted to meet was nowhere to be found. I still haven't given you a reply. And that's why you returned to me. Within the silence, only the sound of falling water could be heard. Where's Suo? I don't know. The place he looked at was distant, covered in mist and hard to see. That's what I'm confused about too. Why is he here as his past self? I'm so confused. Why are you here as your past self? Somebody wanted to meet his gaze. Suo's not here. He will escape every bit his lip. He smiled, tasting the eye, and let the pain escape from his mouth. What would he do then? The intense rain drowned out all the other sounds. Would you meet your end here too? Drenched in black, the man standing there was like a natural phenomenon. I'll ask again, where's Suo? He wouldn't kiss up to him, nor would he back down. He met his end in 2003, the year you were supposed to die. There's no more room for fantasy. Metallic sound rang out, coming in after one night on the asphalt. Take it. The metallic silver was sharply reflected in the silhouette. Why not end this? The traffic lights turned blue to give a dangerous tint to their side profiles. He must have grown tired of staying. Flickering the steam with the speed of their fall. Tired of Suoketo, becoming MAMIYA, and holding this bond to me. So let's fight to the death, shall we? You and I. A red color painted the ground from the side. There's no way I can do that. It's the only wish I could realize in MAMIYA. He never fought back, you see. weapon in hand. I just as Samajima said, Kikuchi was now holding the knife. He dropped on the floor. Impressive. You did it subconsciously. And quickly, oh, you said the music's too loud? Okay. How's that? I do realize that the desktop audio is louder than I usually set it at. How's the music now? Impressive. You did it subconsciously. And so quickly at that. I just... No, this is good. This is right. These are your instincts. Samajima attacked with his elbow and Kikuchi couldn't evade it. Ah! Not enough, is it? One more. Ah! Are you starting to remember? Did the MAMIYA still begin to sprout? Was he going to make a move? Was he? Samajima Satoru was simply dying to fight Kikuchi-ryo, like one beast against another. No! I decided that I'll no longer succumb to these urges and act violently. The heat of the emotions quickly began to cool down. Enough of that, then. A thrust into the stomach. Gah! You'll die a painful death for disappointing me. How anticlimactic. Cold. This isn't Kikuchi-ryo. This isn't it, Kikuchi-ryo. This isn't my MAMIYA. Is this bad? Should I go back to my save file? I don't know. I feel like we've gone to a different scene, so I feel like this is not really dependent on my choice. I think this is how it's supposed to go. Samajima's long fingers will push against your stomach. Ah! You are all MAMIYAs, so you must answer to our expectations. Nicole made his consciousness go hazy. Ryo wondered if this was the pain Suo had felt that day. He felt a bit of emptiness, as if something important was escaping his body. I'm begging you. Please let me witness that strange rainbow again. There was no response. Meanwhile, red blood was spilling out of his stomach. What? You can't die here. Hey, Kikuchi-ryo! This ending is... Oh. Oh, okay. So I was right. I made the right choice because I get another choice. Okay, good. This ending is not what I want. ... Ooh, all these choices are hard. Goodness gracious. Why does it seem like the Kikuchi-ryo's choices are the most hardest? Right? It went so wrong that it felt like a bad ending. I hate to do this since I have limited time, but I have to use the restroom. So I'm going to go right quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And also, goodness gracious, I walked into um to that bathroom. Thank you. I walked into the bathroom and I went to a stall to do my business. And the smell, just even approaching the stalls, was so bad. Like, okay, so this is how it smelled like to me. This might be a little, like, it's not really that, it's a little disturbing. So, but I had a dog, right, at one time, and I had to pick up, its poop from the ground. So you have to go down and bend down and pick up the poop from the grass as you take on the walk, right? And as you get close to it, you can smell how it smelled. And dog poops, I feel like it has a strong smell to it when it's fresh. That's how that bathroom smelled when I walked into it. And I never even encountered, like, I never went to the stall where that was coming from. I was just smelling it from just being around it. So I'm like, what happened to that person that that put that poop in the toilet, whichever toilet it was in? How come it was so strong that it was offending my nostrils, no matter where I went in that restroom? I was trying to hold my breath so I can hurry up and go wash my hands and leave as soon as possible. That was strong. Anyway, let's continue with the story now. Okapi Flower, I'm doing well today. Thank you so much. How are you doing today? Okay, so not what I want. Dot dot dot. Okay. I feel like this is selfish. This choice is selfish. That would normally be a red flag for me, but the whole premise of Doomsday Dreams is that he does, he's going to be selfish. He wants to save his friends, and that's that. So I feel like maybe this is the right answer because that's what Natsume is trying to do. Like, he acknowledges that, hey, this might be selfish, but I want to save my friends. I'm going to erase the story. I'm going to change the story. I don't care if I sell the true cause. He went and, he went to extreme lengths to make the ending that he wanted to have. So it's like, maybe this is not a bad choice. Now that I think about it, maybe he's supposed to be selfish. Because that's what's making him act like this, like to be so persistent. Dot 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 though. I feel like this is accepting how it goes. And I don't know if that's right. But another part of me is that if maybe I'm not supposed to be selfish, maybe I'm supposed to be like, okay, let the story play out and see what happens. I don't know. I just don't know. I'll be selfish since I feel like I have more of a idea of what could happen with this than this. I have no idea what dot 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 could be. I'm just assuming that's just gonna let it just happen without him interfering at all and just see if he survives or not. I don't know. Okay. No. I don't know. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical. No. Kikuchiryo, you can't die. I didn't want to end it like this. I have to do something. I have to think of something. I couldn't let the story end here. I don't want to end it like this. That's exactly why I mixed 1999 and 2012. Uh-oh, you made so. Exactly. You mixed 1999 in 2012. Kikuchi Ryo's premonition's correct if it's 2012. But this moment is both 2012 and 1999. You know what I mean by that. You know what I mean by that, right, Natsume? Okay, so I'm assuming that was probably right? I do, I guess. Let me see what he's talking about. Let me think about it for a moment. Kikuchiro's premonition's correct. Let me look up the definition of premonition so I have an exact idea of what he's talking about. Premonition. A strong feeling that something's about to happen, especially something unpleasant. Okay, so is he talking about Kikuchi's fear that something happened to Suoketo? Is that what he's talking about? Is that what he means by Kikuchiro's premonition? Okay. So he's saying that nothing should happen. Like he would still have a chance to see Suoketo. He won't die because 1999 he's still alive at this time period. I'm assuming that's what he's saying, right? If it's 1999, Kikuchiro will be able to meet Suoketo. Right. It's gotta be 1999. We looked at each other as though we were people on the same boat. Within the rain, I gathered a wet paper falling around and brought it close. I'll once again bind the what if scenario from 1999. As I began to run, MAMIYA stood still. We were like the representations of stillness and motion. It was as though we naturally understood our roles in a ritual that neither of us discussed. MAMIYA Yumihisa's voice echoed in the rain. I am still holding the remnants of a devastated century. That's not it. I lost many things in the sea and acquired a certain bitterness. The words he was reciting were familiar. They were the contents of a letter Suoketo once wrote. That's not it either. No. I am still waiting for your return, unable to consign the remnants to darkness. When night comes, Mom gives me something warm and Dad pats me on the back. Perhaps I should have done the same to you. Why do I find you so enviable? This is it. The Suoketo story that I saw before I decided to intervene. It was a story that stood out even among all those centered on my... It was a story that stood out even among all those centered on the friends that came to my funeral. They'd actually met in 1999. Please don't forget. MAMIYA stopped reading and looked up. Please don't forget me. Within the darkness, their eyes met. Did these words truly belong to Suoketo? There was emotion in MAMIYA Yumihisa's voice as he spoke. But where was it coming from? MAMIYA, why, MAMIYA said nothing and only smiled. Wait! The extended hand touched nothing but the paper, quickly flying by. Wait, MAMIYA! A stormy wave of history carried away and drowned out time itself. Okay. I'm still trying to understand the scene. I'm trying to understand it. What does he mean by I'll once again bind the what if scenario from 1999? I'm confused by that a little bit. Like the premise is that they meet in 1999, so they can still meet each other. He wants to unmix the year so so he can focus on 1999. Okay, okay. Well, not really. It's a little abstract. Okay. Okay, I think I'm understanding. Okay. I'm back. Man, it's so cold. Gotta turn on the heating. The TV's talking about the end of the world again. Makes sense. I mean, it's December of 1999. The world would soon end. I didn't know how much truth there was to it, but the people on TV and the news made out to be a big deal.
Look at this magazine. It's got all the details about Nostradamus. They said there was a hidden code in the prophecy. Check it out, Suo.
I'm good.
Really?
Yet none of us actually felt like the world was gonna end.
Okay, sit down, everyone. I'm gonna reveal the results of the quiz we had last time.
I was holding the remnants of a devastated century in MAMIYA's dialogues after that, with the same words that appeared at the end of Downfall. Okay, is it? Thank you for reminding me of that. Okay. I did not remember that, so thank you for reminding me. He's earlier than usual. Gotta hurry up. The days go by without any change. And I still don't know my purpose for being here. Why is everything so devoid of fun? Maybe I should be reading this Suo Keito's voice. I'll blink one moment, and the world will be over the next. If it's gonna end, it doesn't matter what I do, right? It will be simple and anticlimactic, like the burst of a soap bubble. I gotta throw MAMIYA away. (1999) Tokyo. The internet hadn't developed enough to let people exchange information in real time. It was a time when TV was still the dominant form of media. Before the switch to the new millennium, there were people that believed the world would end. There weren't many of them, but their numbers were hardly insignificant. It might have been odd considering that the year 2000 was just an arbitrary number set by one of the world's religions. And, as though it was something unprecedented, many were expecting the world to end. The mood of madness and fatigue infecting society was being fanned by mass media, and many people now thought that they were special simply because they lived in 1999. See ya, Suo!
I don't know what happened to you, but cheer up, okay?
Sure, thanks. The rain was being down on the windows. Ah, I forgot to bring an umbrella. It would have been easy if Suo Keito was like so many others, and could also say that he was a child yearning for the unusual. Oh, how great it would have been if he wasn't the one to die in 2003, or if he wasn't my friend. Even so, he's definitely an invaluable friend of mine, and that's why I'll engage the gears of this adverse fate. Let's start again, Suo Keito. Let's free her from your karma. Crime, punishment, and those who were let live. Chapter 5. Reshuffled, end of the millennium. Chapter 6, Sad Daydreams. He was at a loss for words. Okay. Oh. Oh. I see. 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 Mm-hmm. So when we played Fall Down, and he was beat up for some unknown reason, bleeding from his stomach. And then Suoketo found him, and he lost his memories and stuff like that. That was after he was left to die, after he was stabbed in the stomach by Samejima. Oh, it's like he traveled back in time. Because within the unrelenting rain, he found... Okay, but this time... Okay, so this is a little bit different, though, because he knows who this person is right now. It's not unfamiliar. Ro! He quickly ran up to him, forgetting the mean things he said to him. Okay, so it's not exactly the same thing. But I was just reminded of the fact that this is like how Suoketo's Fall Down was at the beginning. His eyes, drenched in rainwater, were closed shut. Ah, blood! He quickly took out a towel and placed it on his stomach. Hang in there! Snap out of it! His head ached with an awful sense of deja vu. Please don't die. He put Ryo's arms around his shoulders and carefully began heading back home. Please don't die. His wish seemed to be the same warmth he embraced on that mountain, as well as the aspiration he felt back, when he was younger. He hoped that they would patch things up. He hoped that, pathetic though he may be, he could help Ryo. He pictured a future in which he proudly told him that they were equal. And yet... Okay, so he does have amnesia still. Who are you? Don't joke like that! Feeling as though he had been told his concerns didn't mean anything, Keito turned angry. You got hurt this badly and now you're lying? Ugh, whatever. What? Are you this desperate to mess with me? He grabbed Ryo's shoulders and realized he was shaken. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled. It's fine. He never seen such a terrified expression. Did you really lose your memories? I'm sorry. I don't remember you. We know each other, right? The apologetic way he said that gave Keito a heartache so bad it nearly brought him to tears. I'm sorry. He thought it could be an act, but then he realized that Ryo was too clumsy for that. Don't apologize. Keito remembered how mean he was to Ryo, how he had hurt him. I'm the one who should say sorry. And he wondered why. Ryo always sacrificed himself like this. Your name is Kikuchi Ryo. Ryo. You're 17 and you have a little sister. Her name is Midori. Midori. Not even that name made him react. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Keito gulped and continued. You're good at fighting and you love strawberry donuts. Keito didn't know why. You don't talk much, but you have a big mouth. You get mad at me a lot, which I don't like. But despite not knowing him all that well, he had lots to say about him. Oh. Well, you're a gentle soul who's very considerate of me. Dio was the one who gave him a towel and donuts and exchanged letters with him. He was always very kind to Keito. That is all I know about you. My name is Suo Keito. He took his hand and gathered his courage before continuing. I am your friend. For now, just stay here at my place. All right. I miss these pajamas. Dio. They're so cute. I love this oversized sweater shirt. The bandages aren't too tight, are they? I'll give you some spares. Use them if they become too loose. Thanks. It's late now, so let's think about leaving for tomorrow. So let's leave the thinking for tomorrow. Not wanting to show his fatigue, Keito picked his words carefully. Right? It's so cute. Good night, Rio. Good night, Suo. Oh. The moment he closed the door and collapsed onto his bed, he began silently weeping. I'm scared. The older boy he found so reliable was bleeding and on the verge of death. On top of that, he lost his memories and could only rely on Suo now. The fear of having to carry the weight of life overwhelmed his entire being. Still, a part of him was happy that Dio relied on him. It was as if he'd become the protagonist of a story. It filled him with hope for the unusual. These conflicting emotions couldn't be defined, turning into tears that wet the pillow. After school the next day, they had gone to the sea, but the results were disappointing. They couldn't find his sister playing around, nor the donut shop he had a part-time job at. The splashing of the faded, raging waves brought back none to Dio's mind. That makes sense. So the reason why it will make sense. Well, I mean, Midori could just be well hidden, but it would make sense that the shop is not here because right now the story is much more focused on 1999 right now. So things from 2012 shouldn't really be around right now for people who are from 1999. The splashing of the did I read this? I don't know. Let me read it again. The splashing of the faded, raging waves brought nothing back to Dio's mind. Unable to shake off the fatigue, the two went back home. Okay, so yeah, everything is in 1999. The world is now completely in the year 1999. The road to Kikuchijo's 2012 is closed, and they'll never find a way back. The blended world has never produced anything but contradictions. That's sad, though. It's sad. I don't like that. That's sad. Here, I made hot milk. Have some. No thanks. Dio covered himself in a blanket on the sofa, his body quivering lightly. Intense unease was swirling in Keito's chest. A few days ago, he couldn't have imagined seeing Dio like this. To Keito, Dio had always been a hero-like figure who stayed strong no matter what. I get some bad dreams. Dreams? I see.
Dreams? I don't get any dreams myself.
Interesting. Interesting. Oops, I didn't mean to skip.
I'm kind of jealous. You are?
Those words made Kato's eyebrow twitch.
That's all the more reason to drink the milk. It'll make you sleep better. I told you I don't need it.
For some reason, Ryo's stubbornness made Kato upset.
I'm telling you to drink it. This is my place you're living at.
Kato kept Ryo in place on the sofa and pushed a warm mug against his face.
See? It's warm. Calms you down, doesn't it? Alright, fine. I'll drink it.
What happened supporting Kikuchiryo until now? The way he was in this moment, it didn't seem like he had anything to fear.
Give me the cup. Open your mouth.
Kato put more power into his grip.
Are you for real?
Like, for real. Is he really about to feed him? The mug with the milk was releasing faint steam.
You'll get burned if you don't drink it properly. Stop. Don't mess around like this. I'm tired. That's exactly why you should drink it.
The words made sense in Kato's mind, but Ryo responded with a dubious expression on his face. Eventually giving in, Ryo opened his mouth and showed his white teeth. When he placed his lips on the edge of the cup, Kato slowly tilted it. He then gently retracted it after watching the warm milk enter his mouth. A moment later, Kikuchiryo gulped.
I'm glad you drank it. Is this how you will calm down when you have bad dreams?
That cold voice, laced with a hint of rejection, made Kato embarrassed.
I'm sorry. It's just that I've never seen you so fragile. So I'm sorry.
After apologizing, he ran up the stairs back to his room.
Why did I do that? I must have gotten carried away because he's an amnesiac. And I probably felt very bored.
That must have been why he stuck the still sharp fragments of glass toward him. He forgotten to have them dulled by his dreams and made Ryo suffer He forgotten to have them dulled by his dreams and made Ryo suffer for his own boredom.
Someone! Anyone!
A raging sea with no one in it. The reddish-brown surface became a strong flow that stood in his way.
I gotta save Ryo! Someone help!
Who could that someone be?
MAMIYA, please!
There was no one to respond to his voice.
Help! Help me! Someone help me.
Overflowing salt water, a gray sea, and a dull mind. His throat was tense up, and there was gravel in his bitter-tasting mouth. Ryo saw Suo standing there. He was looking at him with empty eyes. What was he holding? And how long had he been hiding it? He had to take it away and protect him.
Oh.
He had to protect this guy. But
I get it, Suo. Hey.
Why was there blood coming out of his stomach? Okay, he has some memories still floating around in his mind.
There's no way. There's no way I could tell him that I have a dream in which he kills me.
Oof. Oh my gosh, this is so messed up. This is so messed up.
Right. I After this, Kikuchiryo. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay. 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 I mean, right. He's supposed to get killed at sea. If it if we're going with the 1999 timeline, right? It would be he gets killed at sea, right? 2012, he dies in the mountains. Well, supposed to die in the mountains, but he was saved by the ambulance. Gets killed at sea. Just like Suokeito in 2003, he gets stabbed in the stomach. They die the same way. Is that something I should write off as a coincidence? After all, they are both each other's assailants and victims. Suokeito died in 2003 in the snow because of a wound made by Kikuchiryo stabbing him. And in 1999, Kikuchiryo died at sea by Suokeito's hand. What a complicated karmic connection. It's as if Kikuchiryo from 1999 is taking on the karmic debt from Suokeito's death in 2003. Why did I survive? If I had died instead of him, this wouldn't have... It was just like how you wanted that day. Was it really though? In this world of karma, the chronological order of the eras held no meaning. Now that 1999 and 2012 will blend together, the thing to happen first would be his death, right? At sea, right? Right? I think I can save over this one. Okay, right? The thing that happens first is Kikuchiryo's death at sea in 1999. In terms of karma, Suokeito's death in 2003 seems like it happens first, but it's actually predated by Kikuchiryo's death at sea. I wanted to extend Suokeito's life so much that I was hyper-focused on how to prevent his death in 2003. But 2 lives, surrounded by bleeding and death, this karma has an origin. It doesn't begin with Suokeito dying, becoming the victim, but the time Suokeito murdered, becoming the assailant. Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, he's saying that it would seem like Suokeito died first since he died in 2003. And Kikuchiryo as a child killed him. Like, you know, if you would go based on like actual chronological time, like that would seem right. But because he mixed the times together so that Kikuchiryo would be in 1999, Suokeito actually commits this crime first. And because of that crime he committed, that karma then comes back to bite him in 2003. And in order to save him from that karmic debt, he has to stop Suokeito from acting out his sleepwalking actions by killing Kikuchiryo at sea. Okay. I suppose this is all good. This is only a dream after all. And they do say it's good luck to kill in a dream. Again, I've never heard that before. Maybe that's something that they say in Japan. I've never heard that. It's good luck to kill in the dream. A future in which Kikuchiro was killed. No, 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 no. Why? I don't want this. I don't want to kill him. He'll die. That was the cause leading to the effect that created the past in which Kikuchiro was killed. Okay, interesting. Suokato died in 2003, and to know why, there are some things that had to be revealed. First, who the assailant is. Hold on. He's talking about the assailant in 2003? Is that who he's talking about? Right? Kikuchiro? Okay, no, he's questioned himself. Okay, I didn't understand his question. Wait, is he? Wait. No, see, I was wrong. Okay, I misunderstood what you meant by that. You have to be more clear in your instructions. Okay, the assailant, the first assailant, the primal assailant was Suokato. Okay, right. The assailant was Suokato. When did it happen then? In 1999. It was because Suokato killed Kikuchiro at sea in 1999. That karma caught up to him and killed him in 2003? What a strange karmic connection. That means there's only one person who can prevent Suokato's death. And that's you, Kikuchiro. Their relationship was generally positive. They split chores, helped each other live better lives, at least until they receive a sudden visitor. Samejima. Yeah, of course. Welcome back, Mr. Samejima. I haven't seen you since the amusement park visit. Samejima Satoru? May I come in? Of course not. Huh? I'm shaking for some reason. Kikuchiro, the one you tried to kill, is in here. Please don't come in. Oh my, is there a problem? I'm impressed you can even say that. You're the one who locked me up. Would you like something tasty? I know a good crab place. I see. I'm feeling somewhat ill. Are you sure I can't rest inside for a bit? So that was your plan. How underhanded. Sure, come in. I'll prepare the guest room. So, do we have a guest? Shh, we do. So lie down on the sofa and hide under the sheets. I don't know if that'll work, to be honest. I'm pretty sure someone would notice if there's a body-shaped lump laying on the sofa under some sheets. And even if they might not realize that's a body, they would definitely be suspicious. Like, why is there just a big lump underneath the sheets on the sofa? Thank you for having me. The bed in the guest room is free, so use that if you're feeling unwell. Oh, no need for that. I'll feel better with just a rest in the living room. In all honesty, I don't need any rest at all. I simply wanted to see if you're doing well. Me? Yes. It appears I don't feel too good if I don't see you smiling. Oh, but I'm the same as ever. I want to see the more childish side of you. You do realize the reason I'm not happy right now is because you did something awful to me, right? You adults are so self-serving. Oh, now I'm feeling even worse. May I rest here? Go ahead. The free room is over there. Thank you very much. Okay, so he didn't stop in the living room. All right, he's gone. What was that? The one who will... Never mind. He's an acquaintance of my dad, who happens to be very intrusive. I don't know why, but I felt a strong chill just then. You don't have to remember that. Huh? Samajima ended up leaving the sewer residence in less than an hour. That was a close one. I almost forgot that 1999 Samajima Satoru was still around. If he had met Kikuchiryo, it wouldn't have ended well. Why is he here anyway? Just on a whim? Well, it could be that, but I want to try to figure out why it's the 1999 Samajima and Aritsugawa that we meet and not the 2012 version. I'm still trying to understand that. I want to see if I can figure that out before they explain that. Phew. Trina gas really tired me out. I'll go rest in my room. Sure, go ahead and relax. The way he's talking tells me he's hiding something. Did I have that bad feeling because it's got something to do with me? I shouldn't worry about it. Careful not to wake up sleeping Tsuokeito, he silently opened the door. Inside the room Samajima Satoru had been resting in, there was a large sofa and some unused furniture. Between them, there was a large cardboard box that looked like it had been moved recently. There's lots of notebooks. Do they have to do something with his studies? That's Suokeito's... Yeah, his dream journals. Dreams? He sure writes a lot about them. But why then did he say he didn't get dreams? I'll have a look. Oh, this diary's pretty fun to read. Man, so you really didn't have to hide this. I don't get any dreams myself. Why did you lie like that? I want to be more considerate of you. I want to, but it's hard when you're hiding your true self. That day, Kikuchiryo had another nightmare of an ashen sea. But there was something different about it this time. A different person was standing in Suokeito's place. Oh, it's me. Who's that? Oh no, is it me? Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just standing in the background. He was shouting something as hard as he could. He was shouting something as hard as he could, but the sound of wind and waves drowned it out. Oh no, it is me. I'm trying to shout, but I can't. He can't hear what I'm saying. Even so, the man kept shouting something, desperate for Dio to hear it. Okay, so I'm a part of the dream, so maybe I should read this in Kikuchiyo's voice. I gotta get closer. Ryo took a step closer, but the sea was so cold it made him go numb. Hey, what are you trying to say? You! Oh my gosh. You gotta protect Suokeito! It's such an intense CG. That request was the same. That request was the same as the desire he made before falling asleep. That's what I'm trying to do, but he's not opening up to me. You can't let Suokato kill you. A chill went down Ryo's spine. It felt as though the nightmares had been premonitions. What can I do? How can I protect him? The man before him mustered all his willpower and said, "Don't run." Perhaps the cold was making him numb. The man looked like he was about to cry. You can run from everything else. Society, your past, adults. But don't run from Suokato. As if I would. I'll protect Suo. So please. The morning sun shining through the window gently warmed his cheek. When he tried to get up, his hand touched a bunch of notebooks. I'll protect Suo. So please don't cry. I can only hope that my shout reached you. You're the only one who can act and change things. You're the card that can rewrite the story. We were able to, when we had a session, when we met with the other, like when we met with Morichika and Tojo, we had a choice to make when we met them, but this time we didn't have a choice to make. He met him, but it was pre-written. His response is pre-written. Suokato was dry and more wasted than one can imagine. The light of the living room was so bright, he was rolling himself up while covering his face. He was like a bomb that had dried to the point of it being lit, and was on the verge of going off. I don't want to do anything. I'm tired. Wanting to see Kato's face, Kikuchiro extended his hand. However, he shook his blue hair, making him stop. Ryo was surprised by the rejection he felt on the back of his hand, but he continued regardless. If you're tired, you should rest. I'll get you some hot milk. Don't need it. Just don't do anything unnecessary. So, can you show me your face? I want to talk to you. Those asked Kikuchiro's momentary relief turned to sadness when Kato hid his eyes again. You don't want to talk to me? I'd like to know more about you. So okay, don't act like this, please. Don't act like this. Then why not just remember? We already know each other. That's a mean thing to say. You think I'm the mean one here? Kato's agitated movements make Kikuchiro come closer and place a hand on his back. I want to remember. I feel like I'm lying dormant within you. I'm tired and not in a state to think about you. Right? It's like, okay, so okay, though. I know you're having a moment. You're having your little, you're having a moment right now. Enough about me then. Tell me about you. You're being annoying. So Kato stood up with a loud noise. He was tall, so much so that he blocked out the very light that had been annoying him, preventing it from reaching Kikuchiro. If you want to remember, I think I have a good way to help you. Ryo, you were good at fighting. Kato, please, calm down. He didn't push Kikuchi's shoulder against the wall, his heavy shadow looming over him. Uh-oh, those crazed eyes. So, fight me. Fight you? But I don't want to do anything bad to... He pushed his shoulder against the wall with force. You didn't even teach me how to fight! He then used his other arm to punch Kikuchiro in the face. As Suoketo gave him a desperate look, Kikuchiro simply looked at. Wait. As Kikuchiro gave him a desperate look, Kikuchiro simply looked back at him in silence. I'm not running away from you, no matter how you act. That's what I've decided. So go on and talk about yourself. That face was so stern. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've seen this face. Like, I've seen those eyes, but this little tiny mouth that's in a frown is so... Oof. Kato's face turned red as he prepared another fist. He then punched him over and over again. Come on, Tsuo. His inexperienced punches were rather sloppy, but he didn't know how to hold back. And most of all, Kato had willfully discarded his ability to imagine Kikuchiro's pain. So, his eyes were swollen, his stomach fluids were rising up, yet Kikuchiro still showed no intention of fighting back. Why aren't you doing anything? Did you forget how to fight? Or is it because I'm weak? A child? You think I'm not even worthy of punching? Suo. His golden eyes filled Suoketo with fear. What's your dream? My dream? I no longer remember. Yes, you do. But you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. After letting out a sigh, Kikuchiro took a step forward. Instead, listen to my dream. Your dream? What? He put on a gentle smile, paying no mind to the pain on his swollen face. This face. Oh. My dream is to see you not give up on your dream. The smell of transparent air put Suoketo on high alert. That's my dream. He felt that he heard someone say something. He heard someone say something similar. Too many S sounds in that sentence. Someone say something similar. I feel like he heard something. He heard someone say something similar. Was this me? Right? I think this was Natsume, right? Your existence can be someone's hope. The feeling of snow falling on his cheeks. A faint light. Yeah, this was Natsume. Okay. A gentle, forgiving grasp of the palm. Why? You're being hit. So why would you say that now? Because I decided that I won't run. Oh. Is it really okay? Is it really okay to keep on dreaming? Is it okay for me to love the world I like? Is it okay for me to not force myself to hate what's important to me? You won't get mad at me for not being a grown-up? It's okay. I won't. As if to become a perch for this big bird, so tired he could break, Kikuchiro put an arm around Suoketo's shoulders. You will be my hope. A single star fell in the night sky. Normally he would have noticed it before anyone else. He'd look up at the sky and point at it. He'd chase after it while saying his wishes, paying no mind to anyone watching. But now, thank you so much. He didn't have to care about any good fortune being delivered by a distant sky. Thank you, Ryo. He was more than happy, just knowing that he could honestly shout that he liked what he liked. There's something I remember. After Keito apologized for the attacks, both physical and verbal, and treated his wounds, Kikuchiyo brought out a book. Prince of Land of Night? As I was looking through it, I found a familiar line of text, and it all came back to me. This is your book, right? We read the same book, didn't we? That's amazing! What a coincidence! Keito's heart ached as he remembered Arisungawa's Osamu's words at the library. Yeah, I'm glad we like the same book. Oh, yeah, it's really nice when you like the same book. I also wrote a letter. When I was reading books while you were out at school, I felt like writing something myself. Can I read this? Who reads letters in front of a sender? Do it in your room. The side profile as he looked away was enough to make Keito remember the salty sea air. Okay. The piece of paper in his hand felt like a single ray of light in the dark. I'll write a response. He wanted to have this back. He might have been awkward and embarrassing. It might have been awkward and embarrassing. But this was a form of love only he could have. Under the desk, he took out a letter. Before I begin, there's something I need to apologize for. Oh, oops. Why did I think this was Suo? Before I begin, there's something I need to apologize for. I read your notebook without asking. Huh? He gasped and his head became as heavy as lead. Keito wondered why Ryo would do that and felt that he just called it embarrassing. It was good. I know it's a dream diary, but I actually wanted to know what happens next. Huh? Hey, Suo. The diary, that story, is something only you can write. It's something only you can do. And I want to hear more of these stories. Sometime later, he heard rain outside, but even then, he merely continued to look at the letter. He read and thought about it over and over, then read the final line before taking a breath. If I'm allowed to dream again? The window he looked up at was shaken with intense winds that heralded the coming of a storm. The heavy clouds rolling in prevented the moonlight from reaching Suo Keito. I might not see it, but the moon is always shining. I know that all too well. I gotta go. The dreams were calling. Uh-oh. The dreams I'd forgotten, discarded, and acted like they never were. They were all cried. It was late at night, and the sounds of the storm shaking the very house made it difficult to sleep. This night will be over too. All we had to do was wait. But then, did someone just open the front door? Did someone just open the front door? The room of the house's owner was empty. They rushed out into the storm, chasing after the boy who didn't even put his shoes on. Where are you going? Why'd you go out in this weather? A strange buzzing in his ears, of off feeling and a sense of deja vu. He knew of a scene just like this. The wound in the stomach, nearly closed by now, began to hurt terribly as atmospheric pressure fell. He tried to crouch and bear it, but the rain hitting his neck battered him endlessly. You gotta protect Suoketo. He clenched his teeth in pain and held onto the wound as he walked. He's seen this in his dreams many times. This was the sea at which Suoketo killed him. Yet he was here of his own free will. There! He desperately called out, but the sound of the storm drowned out his voice, preventing the boy in the pajamas from hearing it. Then again, he likely wouldn't have heard him even in complete silence. Suoketo's steps were uncertain, making him look like a part of a picture book from another world. Suo! Don't let your fantasies consume you! He moved the coming waves aside and swam through the freezing sea. He couldn't see or hear anything. Even so, he could only walk beyond the moon and embrace him. Suo! They were slowed down as they walked toward the beyond, which briefly calmed the intensity of the situation. Let's go. We're going back home. Don't stop me. But I will. That's my dream. You said you'd cheer me on. No, that's not what I want from you. Live by my side and become my hope. Shut up. Again? Ah! Again! A second wound was opened up by force. I don't need it. I don't need the normal or the boring. None of it. If I can't get what I want in this world, it can disappear for all I care. These letters, too. Countless letters were released into the sand. Letters with no address, which he kept and never gave to anyone. Childish dreams from the year 1999. Did none of it reach him? Oh, not even my feelings? The promise with Kikuchiryo? Or even your own wish? None of it can overcome the fantasy living within you? My brain was filled with the moments before Suoketo's deaths. Goodbye, Ryo. I'll write letters. Lots of them. So you won't be lonely. Even when you go back home. Was this already set in stone by the truths? Is Suoketo impossible to save? I was overcome by despair. Kikuchiryo, the only hope left, had been pierced by Suoketo and collapsed. No, come on now. Come on. Did he have no way of standing up again? Okay. Wait. Period. That's why you anime protagonists. You know anime protagonists, they always survive the most lethal wounds. No matter how many times they get beat up, they still come back up when they should have died a long time ago. He's a real anime protagonist, just like Suoketo said. Don't just... Before the letters could sink into the salty water, before the text could become sodden and unreadable. Don't just give up with my... Wait, I botched that line up so bad. Okay. Don't just give up without my permission. Kikuchiryo had crawled up. Why, Kikuchiryo? Why you... How can you be so strong? I won't run. He couldn't move forward. I won't run. The waves were crushing. I won't run. Suoketo's eyes reflected nothing. Even so, Kikuchiryo. Yes! Yes! Suo! An ashen wave loomed behind him, making a loud crash. I won't run from you! The only color here was his golden eyes, fixed on one thing. The man at the heart of it all turned around. I remember everything! I know where and when this is, and why I was able to come to you. Holding on to his side and sweating heavily, Kikuchiryo grabbed Suoketo by the shoulders. I want to live with you, Suo! Let's go. Let's go home, Suo. Together. The rain became even more intense. As the waves raged, a crack appeared at the core of the world. Okay. As he smiled in relief, the two were struck by a large wave. The striking water pressure made them lose consciousness. When he got up, there was silence all around. He couldn't even hear the rain. The sandy beach was oddly warm. He didn't even want to part with the sand touching his cheeks. Where am I? And where is Suo? Kikuchi, Ryo. He looked up when he heard his name spoken. There he saw a pair of ruby eyes that looked like they were on the verge of tears. Before he could finish, the man pulled him by his hand and embraced him. That golden, curly hair reminded Ryo of the dandelions in the sunlight. I knew you could do it. Excuse me. I feel like I've always wanted to be like you. There was no one else but them on the silent beach. A light breeze caressed him, gently treating his fatigue from the cold. Your name is... I'm sorry, I can't remember. Right. But this feels really nostalgic somehow. Though, that probably doesn't mean much coming from a guy who was an amnesiac. You've been looking out for us all this time, haven't you? All without even telling us your name. The evening sun was quivering ever so slightly as he sank into the sea. Be it storm or snow, you lamented our pain like it was yours and wished the best for us, didn't you? Thanks. All I did was selfishly make you act the way I wanted. Even if you call it selfish, the generosity you're showing us is beyond compare. Hearing that from you of all people makes me feel like I don't need anything else. Don't be modest. You have someone close to you who can give you even better words. You think so? Of course. This young man he could only meet in his dreams put on a faded smile. I was the one who treated you as my inspiration, not the other way around. Just walking with you side by side like this made me feel like everything had been worth it. Did I protect Suo? Well, they might not be able to meet up again, but I had to encourage him to seek out his own happiness. You should see for yourself. Once they left the seaside, a refreshing blue wind embraced Kikuchiryo. Their gazes met in the middle of a windy plain. Eyelashes of gentle blue and dark brown were swaying intensely. I've been looking for you. Same here. I've been looking since that moment in 1999. The outline of their smiles made them cry within. Oh, look at them. I'm so happy. They're so cute. And I love seeing them happy together like this. The wind was blowing by. The green grass swayed as if something invisible was caressing it. The wind was pushing the sun to the west, casting a deep shadow below the bridge. I. He looked for the right words as if to process his feelings. I want to grow old like normal. I want to grow old, get a job, and give me Dory a good life. And I want you to grow old the same way. A false voice, forward brows, a pained smile. Is that mean? I don't know if it's possible for me as I am now. My life is set to end before I become an adult. But I want to make your dream come true. I want to watch you as I age and don't give up on my dreams. A 17-year-old and a 15-year-old, 1999 and 2012. What was the greatest common divisor between the years? Looking for the ways the years were similar, the two saw a great miracle. Deep inside, we know the reality of things. Kikuchi Ryo's dream, the conclusion of Suo Keito's wish. The wish will be heard. The dream will not come true. How you gonna make me choose? This is terrible. Why would you make me choose? Deep inside, we know the reality of things. Is that supposed to tell me that he's still gonna die no matter what I do? I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm gonna be delusional. And whether this is right or not, I'm staying through it until the very end. Until the game tells me I was wrong. So, the wish will be heard. That's what I believe. That's what we believe. One, the common divisor that can make it real is me and you, MAMIYA. You know that, don't you? You're saying this now, after denying MAMIYA, us, for so long? Good point. Forget I said that. The joy of our reunion made me feel like I was saying something weird. I know. I'm here for the wish too. Shuffled. End of the millennium. Reshuffled. End of the millennium. Chapter 7 one more time. Okay, so I'm gonna save right here. This seems like a wonderful place to end off the stream. On a happy note. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 2 chapters. I think there's 8 chapters to each story, right? I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 2 chapters. I want to believe everything works out, but for right now, I think it's wonderful to end on this note, since I do have somewhere to be in 5 minutes as well. And I'm just gonna be delusional. If I am delusional, I hope I'm not delusional, but if I am, I'm gonna stay in my idea that everything works out just fine between the two of them until I'm proven wrong. So, title. That was so sweet. I hope it lasts. I really do hope it lasts. I'm gonna be so upset if it doesn't. Anyway. Please, I just hope it lasts. Okay. Anyway. Thank y'all very coming. Thank y'all very kindly for coming. Much obliged as always. For y'all being here. And I will stream again on Wednesday to play Nameless, the one thing you must recall, and on Friday to play the When DLC for Our Life Beginners and Always, and then on Sunday to do one more stream for the Forest of Drizzling and Rain. We finished the game, we finished the main game of Forest of Drizzling and Rain. Now we have an after story, and I'm gonna try to get all the bookmarks. So we should be able to do that in one stream on Sunday as well. And then after that, we'll have a new game to play when I think of one. So yeah. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all come back now, you heard me? Have a good rest of y'all days.